There is a law in this country, even today, which is called as the
Waqf Act. Once a waqf, always a waqf.
For me, it's the same story of invasion that happened 1300 years ago.
This is highly unacceptable. The present day waqf is draconian and very dangerous.
Welcome back once again, sir. So, at one thing what we do at Prana Stories is that we talk about the ancient wisdom for the future. So, ancient wisdom, what we spoke about Arthashastra is the ancient wisdom. Keep speaking about ancient wisdom, which is the Sanatana Dharma and the wisdom that Bharat has got. So for me, Bharat and its land, the land as in the physical land, whatever it comprises of is very important as a Bharatiya.
It is sacred.
It is sacred, right? It is part of my Sankalpa mantra also. In 2025, I am staying in this place. Even before that, around 1000 years or 1300 years ago, the invasion started in India, right? By the Islamic invaders, and then the British came and all that stuff. And now, cut back to 2025, I am living in this place. Now, there is a law in this country, even today, which is called as the WAQF, right? Or the WAQF board.
Waqf Act.
WAQF Act. They can walk in and tell me, boss, this is my property, you take a walk, right? This can happen today. That has been happening. They have claimed many spaces which have got temples, which have got many agricultural lands. Farmers are protesting and stuff like that. So this, for me, is the same story of invasion that happened 1300 years ago, right? And many people even don't know about it. They are so ignorant. They are in their own world they are doing today. They are completely ignorant of this. So let's talk about the fundamentals of this, Draconian Act. Can we do that?
Yeah, of course. Praveen, this is a civilizational question.
Yeah.
And this is a very important one. And as you said in our Sankalpa mantra, we say about Jambudvipa, Bharatavarsha, Bharatakanda, all these things. This is our sacred territory, sacred territory of this civilization. And we have also seen a progressive shrinking of our territories.
Yes.
100 years ago, our boundaries extended to various land masses.
Yeah. Beyond Gujarat, beyond Rajasthan.
The present day Pakistan, Bangladesh, all these places. In about nearly 80 years, we have lost it.
Yeah.
Progressively, it has shrunk. Even before that, our boundaries were till Kabul and Zabul in Afghanistan. Gandhara, where Gandhari came from, which is called Kandahar now. We have seen what they did of the Buddha, Bamiyan Buddha statues. Our territory is shrinking. This is alarming. This is unacceptable. And the present day Waqf Act with the latest amendment of 2013 is draconian and very dangerous. We get rid of it sooner the better. And see why I am using the word draconian. As you mentioned, that even now it has come to the knowledge of people, of farmers, agriculturists, of people administrating the temples, that their lands are being claimed as waqf lands.
Yeah.
Even where temples have been there since more than 1300, 400 years,
Yeah.
wherein there was no Islam at all.
Yeah.
Even from that period, those lands are being claimed. There have been instances in Tamil Nadu. We have seen that. wherein as we see that this a very ancient temple of 1300-400 years is being claimed as a Waqf
For-
land. That is quite shocking and not just ridiculous, it is shocking.
Yeah.
And I would say that why does this happen? It should not happen. But the law as it stands today says that the Waqf board can claim lands as belonging to itself, and the person from whom the land is being claimed, he has to go and prove that it is actually his or hers. Generally, a person who claims should prove the claim.
Correct.
But it is the other way around here. And here, there is no independent mechanism of a civil court to try that dispute.
They are beyond the court.
It is the Waqf board which will decide.
Yeah.
And there is an appeal in the same Waqf hierarchy. And of course, the Honorable High Court and the Supreme Court are the superior judicial bodies which can even look into all those things. But for a poor person, a farmer, for a citizen, he has to fight this whole system backed by a draconian law.
Yeah.
So let us see what a Waqf is. By definition, Waqf means a land dedicated for an Islamic cause. So the cause can be anything. Islamic cause may be for charity, for feeding people, for poor, or even to jihad. Jihad is a concept in the Islamic law. So dedicating something for all these purposes may mean Waqf. And as per the law, once a Waqf, always a Waqf. No matter the time, whether it is actually used or disused or something else has happened to it. And when we contextualize things, when there has been a series of invasions by the invaders who professed the Islamic faith, at various points of time, they have ruled various large chunks of our country.
Yeah.
And suppose if those people have declared some parts of those territories as for Waqf, and after generations have passed, centuries have passed, everything has happened, and now on some proclamation at some hundreds of years ago, if those lands are being claimed, this is highly unfair.
Based on the invasions that has done thousands of
Yeah, so it is a continuation of the invasion.
Yeah.
It really means it's a continuation of the invasion.
Yes.
This is highly unacceptable. There has to be a change of this law. And in 2013, certain amendments took place to this act which are more draconian. The amendments say that whatever the Waqf says as its lands, survey has to be conducted by the state government. And how will that state government get the surveys done? Through its surveyors. And who is going to pay for the surveyors? The government will pay for the surveyors, their salary, all their TADA, everything. And ultimately, who is paying for it?
We are the ones.
We, the taxpayers, are paying for it. That means ultimately we are paying to get the survey done by the Waqf board for them to claim private properties of people.
How ridiculous is that?
How ridiculous, how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
And Waqf board doesn't have representation from people of other faiths.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine getting justice in such a system? It is impossible.
Yeah.
It is impossible. And for a person to prove that it is his land, he has to approach the Waqf board.
Yeah, it's like somebody stealing something from me, and then I have to prove that it is mine.
Yeah. And proving it before a person who is actually claiming it.
Is claiming it, yeah, the same person.
Yeah. Can it be more foolish?
how did this even get formulated here in India, and that too in 2013, as recent as this?
Amendments, Draconian amendments in 2013.
Why?
We know the historical context when the Waqf Act was again in a more draconian form came in the 90s. This is nothing but appeasement.
Vote bank.
Vote bank and a product of appeasement politics.
Okay.
Undoubtedly. And we know what all happened in the 90s and why the then government wanted to appease the one section of a society.
Just to be in power.
Just to satisfy the ego. And this is wrong. Have you heard in any secular country such a law?
Secular, the word secular itself is a questionable thing.
That apart, if the government has to treat all faiths as equal, is there a similar act for the Hindus? Is there a similar act for other communities? Why this special treatment?
Yeah.
Even if similar laws were made for Hindus or this one, if those draconian provisions are there, then that is also wrong.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, a system of justice administration is there. If anybody has any dispute with regard to property, the primary redressal mechanism is the civil court.
Yeah.
And the Waqf Act says it expressly prohibits going to the civil courts in these matters.
Yeah. The irony is that people, when Hindus were fighting for the Ram Janmabhoomi redressal, right? They were saying, "Oh, why go back to history? Why rake up all the Mathura and the Gyanvapi? Why do you have to go to history? Let's live now. Let's take it. Let's make the future nice." The same people don't talk anything about this act, which is again a 1,000-year-old thing, which they are getting it back. I mean, like you said, what they are trying to claim is that, okay, we invaded India, so now we are claiming it back. So that is also a historical thing.
This is rank hypocrisy, and see, it is waging war through various means.
Yeah.
This is not good for the society. This is not good for the country. We should all live together as good and equal citizens. There shouldn't be any appeasement of one particular community at the cost of another community.
Yeah.
This is absolutely wrong, and we should get rid of it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And if somebody claims a property, whether it is Waqf board or anything, be it an individual or an institution or a corporation or a firm or anybody, the proper mechanism is, if you are making a claim, prove it with documents before a civil court.
Yeah.
Why should there be a special court
Correct.
for only these things?
So there are some amendments that are sort of proposed right now. Do you have insights on what are the amendments? What is that?
See,
प्रस्ताव स्वीकृत हुआ और विधेयक यथा संशोधित पारित हुआ.
the draft proposals that have come out, it says that the Waqf board should have representation from people from other faiths.
Okay.
That government lands cannot
Be claimed.
in the sense, if they are claimed, then the mechanism is different. And these kind of amendments are proposed. My personal take on this is this, that these amendments are still cosmetic and superficial.
Exactly.
We should think it threadbare and make it that any dispute of civil nature should go to the civil court.
Yeah.
Like anybody else, even the Waqf board has to prove its claim.
Right.
And the law of limitation should apply. Like
Yeah.
any general law.
Any general law.
Because law of limitation says that if even as against the real owner, if a trespasser or any person is holding it and using it openly for 12 years or more, then the real owner cannot claim it.
Yeah.
As against the government, it is 30 years, like government property. Why the special treatment for this particular concept of Waqf? That if it is not being used for 12 years, the law of limitation has to set in.
Yeah.
The general law of the land should prevail.
Yeah, so basically what we are saying that it has to be basically abolished.
Of course, Ando. In the sense that every person, every institution has a right to own and operate the property as provided in our laws. But similar, equal laws should apply to every institution, every individual. There cannot be any special provision for one particular community or one aspect of the particular community.
Do you think that will happen?
That should happen. See, I cannot foresee the future, but I can definitely say that as a country, as a community, if we have to stand united and work for the betterment, these discriminatory laws should go.
Okay. That ends it on a good note. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I hope at least now people realize what they are right and what this kind of law is, and will support the abolishment of it and not just amendments to it. Even I am for the same thing, that it should be abolished, not because of any ill feelings about religion or whatever. It's just draconian.
It's
Discriminatory. It is invasive.
Yes.
Nobody can come to my space and say, this is my space. I own that space. So thank you so much for clearing
eternal vigilance is the price of liberty.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.